Whereas the Ojai Valley School began educating the children of the Ojai Valley on January 3rd, 1911. Whereas, since that first day, the Ojai Valley School has grown from a one-room classroom serving 12 pupils to a two-campus boarding and day school serving over 300 students ages 3 to 18. Whereas students who attend this school receive an education that emphasizes experiential learning and a love of the outdoors. And whereas Edwin Yeomans created an educational legacy that utilizes Ojai's natural surroundings, a diverse educational community, and a professional staff to develop each student's character, and whereas the students and alumni of the Ojai Valley School demonstrate integrity, self-respect, respect for others, honesty, and independence, and whereas the Ojai Valley School offers its students an articulated curriculum that includes a program of strong academics, fine arts, performing arts, sports, outdoor education, environmental studies, and equestrian arts. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Betsy Clapp, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Ojai, and on behalf of the City of Ojai's Council, do hereby commend and recognize the tradition of outstanding education in this centennial anniversary year of Ojai Valley School. Congratulations.
Thank you. On behalf of the entire OVS community and family, thank the city and thank the council.
I sure will.
Gary and I, whose memories weren't that sharp, we couldn't remember always exactly where we buried them. So that this system works. But then we do think about every 10 years a class comes back to retrieve their premonitions and their all the predictions, the things you began, like yearbooks and all school photographs. And it's pretty well attended. So we have 3 major productions a year. You'll go down on your tour and see the wonderful Greenberg Center, which is now the hub of our performing arts, and we'll actually see a performance in there later today. But it makes me wonder, how on earth did we manage outside for so many years doing everything subject to the elements? We have a strong athletic core to the school still. We compete we go over to Santa Barbara and we'll play anyone at anything. So we have a very active, the newest thing Andy's added is lacrosse now in the middle school. So it's wonderful. You give these young kids sticks and a helmet. And it's a good thing. Science class, you recognize? Right. I want to thank whoever gave us some of these pictures you donated to us. And we've put most of these are on the website in different places. You might recognize that.
There's the bridge.
Yes.
Bridge.
Right. Matilla Creek. I was very pleased to have had, Wally was around 89 or something, came back to school and we had dress dinner together. And he sat in his chair and he hosted all the students for a dress dinner, which proved to be his last visit to campus. But what a wonderful man.
He was a father figure.
Yes.
To me and to quite a few others.
And his accomplishments in expanding the vision of the school, found in the upper campus, bringing horses. We're one of the founders of the Western Association of Independent Camps, because he started summer camp here. Used very visionary, using the campus year-round, and having us join CAIS, which is now the biggest accreditation group in the Western United States. So we're very much on the map officially because of his efforts.
I remember back in '43, I was at Cal Prep when Wallace Burr was there, and then when he transferred here, I came down with him in '43.
Wonderful. He also recruited, I think, Paul Pittman.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, great horseman.
And we give every year, when it's deserved, the Paul Pittman Equestrian
I remember
Award.
him very well.
And it's the only statue we have in the school where the statue is actually smoking a cigarette.
But when I was here, teachers smoked cigarettes in front of class.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I think they did when I came. It's just social change. We have
No, when I was here, Bill,
the one poor smoker right now is pariahed down to the maintenance area. A few minutes every day. Times change, education changes.
Excuse me, was Paul Pittman black?
Yes.
Okay, I remember. I mean,
That was quite an issue in Ojai in the 40s. It was
You bet.
like, they wouldn't feed him
He
in
was
the
such a
kitchen.
cool guy.
No.
He wanted to trade horses with me. I had a little arrow, but he
Well, we're very,
quite a guy.
very proud of Wally again.
Yeah.
Apparently he got the first horse for school from Mrs. Hunt. And you'll go down and see probably one of the best state-of-the-art purpose-built barns and animal husbandry areas that we could provide. The horses are cared for terrifically well. We have veterinary places and so on, and it's a super facility. But it began as one of the sad things was taking down the old barn, which had many stories to tell. First camping experiences and first social experiences, as some of you remember. It was a place off campus, but it was on campus. Now, outdoor education is a core pillar, and using the CESP, the natural setting, it's why the school was eventually arrived here. And we still use all the natural settings. The CESP is the longest wild river in California. It's unfettered as we work hard to help keep the CESP wild, and other groups that preserve it. We have a leave no trace principle, and every student going up there is environmentalism is not a political activity. It's a daily expectation and a lifetime achievement. So we are very proud of our outdoor education. We added the campus, as you know it, to make up the 15 acres in 47. In the 50s, the pool was developed, music building, dorm, we'll see all these. There's a big building boom in the 50s. A lot of block buildings with concrete floors, which, although we don't appreciate now, in those days it expanded the campus economically as well as we could. That's the girls' dorm, lounge.
Is that you to the right of the fireplace?
It's John Salander's mother and Kathy.
That's Kathy. That is Kathy. To the right of the fireplace. Isn't that you?
And we still sit, they still have open fire, they still use the lounges.
Sure looks like
On
you.
the right?
On the right of the fireplace.
To the right of
Here?
Kathy.
That's
That's
right.
one more
One to
over.
the left.
One more.
To the left.
There's
That's
Kathy.
Kathy.
Pratt.
Do you
Does
think
look
so,
like you.
Muffet?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
We can get better focus on the actual picture to show you. Yeah, we thank you for sending in archival pictures. We didn't keep much in those days. I think your grades were kept in a file, but there wasn't much else. And we've gradually put it together quite a good archive.
Well, there was more here before, when Mr. Burr left, but then the next person didn't believe in keeping things.
Okay. Well, it was a tragic mistake to not preserve the legacy as well as it could have been. We bought, and he was the driving force and obviously the founder of the upper campus. And that was the early construction. This has been where the focus has been the last time I've been here, 20 years, to really, the upper's never been finished. And it was built, and there's been a big gap in its development. But Mike Hermes had that legacy to do, and he added to it and developed it, and was the first dorm parent up there with Bill. And those stories of those days make your hair stand on end as an administrator. But
You don't know all the stories.
no, I know. But I've heard some of the bus rides up there
never
were
will.
creative and very hazardous. But, yes.
Bill, you're lucky you still have hair.
See how white.
Yeah.
But some of all the traditions and the events that the building themselves, kids actually getting involved, working on the campus, clearing the stones off the field before you can use it, all that intrinsic value is still there today. The kids still take pride in their campus. And their first goal is community services to enjoy campus. This is the Greenberg Center. This is the new science and technology, state-of-the-art chemistry, physics labs, computers, lecture halls. This is the lower pool that's been added in the 90s. And I want to end with just Ed Yeoman's. Unless a community is a good place for children, unless it can take care of their growth intelligently, it cannot stand the test of time. And in our centennial year, we're very, very proud that we still can hold up to his high standard of education. What we want to do now is break. We've got tours to offer you to take you around campus with tour guides. We've got the kite leaving at 1:30, and I understand the rivers are up, so you should prepare to get wet because we have to do a few crossings. Crystal Davis is here to guide you up there. She's just come back actually from that area. But please join me in thanking Katie and her staff for putting on today.
Thanks for coming.
It's so heartwarming and amazing to me that you remember your elementary school life, your experiences, and are fond and passionate to come back and share that experiences. I'm amazed, I'm thrilled. It speaks well of your experience and the impact it had on you. But we've had some great educators here, and it's a measure for the younger students to see how it impacts. Because right now they're in that instant, can't wait to be 8th grade can't wait to graduate and leave. But they're going to remember the time they were here, and I hear over and over again all the generations say, "Wow, when I think back to the time I had, the teachers I met, the experiences I enjoyed." So thanks for coming. It means a lot.